Hello guys, welcome back. So in the previous class we have discussed the what are the duties or functions of the data link layer. So in this today's class we are going to learn about the framing concept in the data link layer, right? So see that whatever the data we are receiving from the network layer is in terms of the packet. So for that information, so for this data we called our payload, whatever it may be. For this data or payload we are going to add the two more extra things. One is called as the header part, another one is called as the trailer part in case of the data link layer. Now see that this is what we called as the frame, right? So the moment you are sending this information, nothing but if you see that I want to exchange this information from the one node to the another node, right? So but here the problem is that the moment here in the device it is called as the frame, which need to be sent from the one node to the another node. But the problem here is that if you try to understand here, so from one node to another node we have the communication link. So the devices only will understand the frames, but this communication link will not understand anything about the frames, right? It means that it don't know anything about the frames. If you can able to capable of sending the frames through the connection wire directly, then there is no need of learning the how framing will be converted and reframing operation will be done. Now here the question is that the moment when it is here on the device, it is called as the frame. The moment it is going to send through the connection wire, so it will be converted from framing information into the some other information called as the bits. Now again these bits again should be converted back to the frames at the receiver node. So this is the process we are going to see in today's lecture. And what are the problems we might be facing when we are converting this framing information into the some other format. Again that some other format, how it is going to convert in terms of the again back to the frame, so that frame will be received at the same nodes, right? So what are the problems we are going to face, then how to overcome this problem. In this today's class we are going to learn those concepts, right? So as you see in that I have taken the two routers, two nodes, right? In the previous scenario, here we are going to exchange the information. So what is that here we will be having? So whatever the data we received from the network layer will pass to the data link layer, right? So that is what we called as the payload information, this one payload feed. So additionally we are going to add something called as the header portion as well as the trailer portion. This data we need to send from the one node to the another node. The moment when it is reaches to the destination node also, we need to get the same information here also, but here we need to convert this frame in terms of the bits, so that only we can able to transmit this information through the communication media. Again we are going to perform the reframing operation. First we will try to understand the basic things, then we will try to understand why they have added some extra thing called as the flag operation, right? So first, what is the meaning of header? As we discussed multiple time, it contains the source and destination address of the frame, right? So it means that where is frame is coming as well as where frame is going. So it is going to enter the what is the destination MAC address of that particular node, what is the source MAC address of the particular node. This is the duty of the header part, right? Now what is the meaning of payload field? It is nothing but whatever the information which is receiving in the network layer, that is nothing but your payload or message information. Now what is the use of trailer part? It contains the error detection as well as the error correction. Flow control operation will be performed by the trailer part, right? Now here we have something additional mechanism where we are going to introduce in the framing concept. So what is that? This is something called as the end of the, just try to remember something like this. This is called as the end of the flag, this is called as the start of the flag. So later on we will see that why we need to add the along with the header trailer as well as the data, why we need to add the flag as the extra information, right? Now see that flag, it marks the beginning and end of the frame. So nothing but the start of the frame, end of the frame. In between start of the end of the frame, we will be having the something called as the frames. Frame contain what? Data as well as the header portion as well as the trailer portion. Now question is that why do we need to add the flag operation at the starting as well as the ending, right? This is the important point. Now to understand this concept, we need to understand something this one. Let it be this is my system A, this is my something system B, right? So the moment here the whatever the information we have the system A, this is what we called as the frame. At node B or system B also, this is what we called as the frame. but this frame should be exchanged from the one device to the another device through this communication link, right? So here something what we have to do is we need to convert this information into the bits. It means that from node A to node B or system A to the system B, the information will be passed in terms of the frames. But from one adapter to the another adapter, the information will be passed in terms of the, see that, bit flow between the adapters, one network interface card NIC to the another network interface, and frames will flow between the node A to node B or system A to system B. So if we don't understand why bits flow in the one network NIC to the another NIC card, means we will consider some example. Just for example purpose, now I want to exchange the information from this device to this device. So the moment here, if the something data we have, this is frame, this is also frame. So now this need to be sent from the one place to the another place through the communication medium. So here it will not understand the framing concept by the communication link. So we need to convert in terms of the bits, then again bits should be converted in terms of the frames. So suppose for example, if I take the connection here, if you observe here, happily I can able to give the connection from the one device to the another device, right? So now what will be happen if you are making the connection, means there should be something called as the network interface card should be there in that PC2 as well as the PC3. Now for example, let me delete that network interface card. So just I am going to shut down my machine. Here this we have the something called as the interface card. Just I am removing this one. So see that here I don't have any network interface card. See, just I am going to turn it on. Now just I am closing. See that that wire is vanished, right? Now see that if I again trying to give the connection also, you cannot able to give the connection because there is no network interface card which is attached to the particular device. So it means that from this you need to understand one point is that here in the connection nothing but the one network interface card to the another network interface card, there will be flow of the bits between the adapters. But the moment, so in the node A or system A, system B, we called as the what? Frames, right? So this is the important point to be remember here. Now what is the problem here is that the moment, suppose if you are a Telugu guy, you can understand this scenario. Suppose for example, let it be this is my source mission, this is my destination mission, let it be A, B. So I have the frame something like this 101, 010, 110. So this is, let it be frame 1, this is the frame 2, this is the frame 3, which I need to send from the what? From my system A to the system B. So the moment if it is received something like this, some information will be received, right? Suppose for example, some information will be received in terms of the bits. Suppose 101, 0, 10, 110. Now what it has to do means at the receiver side, this information again should be converted in terms of the what? It should be converted in terms of the frames. Now what? Here packing is in terms of the 3 frames. Here repacking also in terms of the 3 frames. Suppose for example, if it is doing packing something like this, right? So 01 is another pack and 101 is another pack. Now try to compare this one. Both are the same or different? Now it is the different. Now see that. So the moment you are converting this entire frames in terms of the bits, then at the destination also we need to make the reframing operation. But how to make it as? How many bits I need to consider as the one frame? How many bits I need to consider the second frame? Then how to find out, right? So if you understand this, then how to find out? So how many number of the bits value should be considered as the first frame? Then how many number of value should be considered as the second frame? This is not highly impossible for receiver machine to identify, right? So for that what we are going to do is, as we discussed in the previous concept, we are adding the something called as the extra information. This is what we called as the flags. What is the use of flag? It is used to mark the what is the beginning of your frame as well as the end of the frame. So what is the meaning of this one is, suppose this is my data something, this is my source mission, this is my destination mission. So let it be I have the something called as frame 10, 10, 01, 10. Let it be I have the 2 frames which I need to send from the link, right? So now it is a flow, it is going to something 0110 something. Now what I am going to do is, right, I am going to add the extra information. Just for example, this is not the real practical. So we are going to add something called as the frame, right? So we are going to starting of the frame, ending of the frame, right? So for example, suppose this identification purpose, let it giving the A. So again I am giving the one more A, here I am giving the A, one more A. The moment it receives the receiver mission is A, right, what it will think that some information is going to coming, you need to make it as the frame. So first what it will receive? It will receive the A. It means that it will identify some information is coming. I need to make this information as the frame. Now what is the next bit value it will receive? 0, 1, 1, 0. The moment it is receiving one more A, it will treat that, so this is the end of the frame. So I need to make this one as the 0, 1, 1, 0 as the one frame. So see that we are getting the input information equal to output information, right? Now this is what the reason why we are going to add the start of the frame as well as the end of the frame. If we don't have this one, sorry, start of the flag as well as the end of the flag, if you don't have the flag concept, then at the receiver side we don't know how to perform the reframing operation exactly, right? So to identify where your frame start, where your frame end, we require something called as the additional mechanism that we called as the flag operation, right? So in the next class we'll try to understand. So here also we have some problem. To overcome that problem, we are going to implement some kind of the techniques that we are going to see in the next class, right? Thank you guys.